is by deleting all Samsung and carrier applications off the phone. Now, by doing this, we're going to be removing all of the applications that we never use and that could be potentially using up some of our performance of the device. So let's go ahead and do that. All we're going to do is we're going to drag down from the top and we're going to access settings. Then we're going to scroll down all the way until we see applications. We're going to go ahead and enter application manager. And now we're going to be taken to a list where we can actually see all the applications that are installed on our devices. Now we're just going to search through all of these applications and find some of the Samsung applications as well as the carrier applications like T-Mobile apps and Verizon apps that we don't need, and we're going to go ahead and disable them and potentially uninstall them if we can. So we're going to go ahead and try to find some. So for example, device unlock, we're going to go and click on that. We're going to click disable. It's going to disabling built-in apps may cause errors. Don't worry about that, just click disable. And let's go ahead and disable that, and now it's fully disabled. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head back into the home screen, and now we're going to disable one of the features that came onto the Galaxy S7, which is briefing. As you can see, mine was already off, but if you're running straight off of a factory reset Galaxy S7, or you just took this thing out of the box, when you swipe to the left, you're going to be seeing a briefing screen, which is going to give you all the news and stuff like that, and I really never use this. So what we're going to do is we're going to disable that. So we're going to hold down on our home screen, we're going to swipe to that screen, and we're going to disable that by pressing off. And there we go, now we disabled it, now we have nothing over there, briefing, and now it's going to actually potentially make our device faster because it's not going to have to load any news in the background. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the animation speed of the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. Now while animations are quite cool, they sometimes get in the way and sometimes actually bog down our performance, so let's go ahead and turn off those animations. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our settings. We're going to scroll all the way down to About Device. We're going to tap on that and we're going to find Build Number. Now we're going to tap Build Number 10 times, and mine is already activated, but if yours wasn't activated, yours will say Developer Mode has been turned on. Mine's already been turned on, so we can go back and head out, and over here you'll have a new option called Developer Options. Now, just pressing on that is going to be off. You want to go ahead and switch that on. Press OK. And now you want to go down until you see window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. Now all of these are currently set at 1x. We're going to go ahead and turn those off. That way we can have animations fully off, which will be able to access different screens much faster than having them on. Now I know many of you guys, when you unlock this device, you're going to most likely use the fingerprint scanner. It's the most secure manner in order to unlock your device, as well as possibly the quickest way. Now sometimes the device doesn't always recognize your finger, whether that's because you were too quick or you actually put the finger in a wrong placement that it didn't like. So we're going to go ahead and add more fingerprints. That way we reduce the amount of times that we could actually get an error by placing our finger on the fingerprint scanner. So we're going to go ahead and go down to lock screen and security. We're going to go and click on fingerprints. We're going to type in the pin that we set up, and now we're going to add more fingerprints. So you're just going to keep adding more fingerprints and do them in every different direction that you possibly can. That way you have a very limited chance to where the phone could actually error and it would not be able to pick up your fingerprint. Okay, so the next feature we're going to be going over also has to do with the fingerprints, but it's called web sign-in. That means that the phone is going to actually allow you to use your fingerprint in order to sign in to some of the different accounts you have on the internet. So as you can see, we have that enabled right now. Now let's go ahead back into our browser, the Samsung browser, and let's go ahead and log into our Gmail account. So we're about to go ahead and log into our Google account. When we click sign in, the browser will give us a pop-up saying, hey, do you want to save your sign-in info and use your fingerprints? Let's go ahead and press sign in using our fingerprint and remember. And that way we can now log out of this account. Let's go ahead and click sign out. And let's go ahead and back sign in. Now it's going to ask us, use your fingerprint to verify your identity. So instead of typing out your password, you can go ahead and place your finger on the fingerprint, and now it's logging you automatically into your Google account. And you can do this with a bunch of accounts, whether that's Google, whether it's Yahoo, or any type of other online account that you may have. Alright, so that wraps up everything for performance-wise. Now let's go ahead and make this a little bit more pleasing to the eye, and by changing the UI a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to download a theme from Samsung's themes. Now TouchWiz is very bland, and I really don't like it that much. But it seems pretty good so far, but I'm going to go ahead and add another theme. Now the theme we're going to go ahead and download is called Android 6.0. This will give it a marshmallow feel, and even though Android N already came out, this one's very close to Android Marshmallow, and overall it's a really great theme, and I love the user interface of it as it really resembles a lot of Android Marshmallow. As you can see, if we swipe down, we get that nice color on the UI. If we access settings, As you can see, settings also looks like the Android Marshmallow UI. Now we're going to go ahead and actually download a launcher as well. Now you have a couple of choices to go with. You can either go with Nova Launcher or the Google Now Launcher, but I preferably like the Google Now Launcher as it seems more like stock Android, and that's the type that I really love. So go ahead and download Google Now Launcher. Now in order to access that launcher, we're going to go ahead into our settings. We're going to go down to applications. We're going to head over to default applications and then tap on home screen. Now we get all the options for different launchers that we have installed. We have TouchWiz Easy Home, TouchWiz Home, the Google Now Launcher, and then the Nova Launcher I also downloaded as well. I'm going to go ahead and do the Google Now Launcher, and by pressing the home screen or the home button, now we have the Google Now Launcher, and now we have a really close resemblance to the Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Now if we swipe to the left, we also have the Google Now Cards instead of briefing. Swiping down, we also have the theme that we installed, so both of them work together really nicely and it gives you a nice UI. As you can see, the applications list is also swiping up through down rather than swiping left and right onto different pages. Alright, now the last thing we're going to go ahead is change our wallpaper, because nothing defines a beast mode phone rather than some good wallpapers. Now this background that I have right now isn't the greatest, so we're going to go ahead into the internet and we're going to go ahead and find a cool little background. I really like Justin Maller's backgrounds, so we're going to go ahead and put in Justin Maller wallpaper. And we're going to go ahead and find a wallpaper that looks pretty cool. So I'm really digging this BB-8 wallpaper right here, so I'm going to go ahead and download that and save that as to my home screen. So let's go ahead and save that image. I'm going to also go ahead and download this Hulk wallpaper as my lock screen because it looks pretty cool. So in order to set a wallpaper, you're going to go and hold down. You're going to press wallpapers. You're going to go to My Photos if you downloaded it, but I've already downloaded it. So as you can see, we have the Hulk over here, and we have a couple of other wallpapers right here as well. We're going to press the BB-8 as our home screen. Now we're going to go to settings. So we're going to press wallpaper. We're going to go down and select lock screen. And we're going to just go ahead and change this into one of our other wallpapers, which is the Hulk. Let's go ahead and do that. Done. Set as wallpaper. And now when we go back and exit out of all these applications, as you can see, now we have a pretty cool wallpaper as well as a really nice lock screen. Now in order to finish this up, you're going to go ahead and restart your phone. That way all of the changes we've made take into effect, and that way you're giving your device a fresh new reboot. So there you go. Now you successfully did what I call beast mode on the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. Now your phone should be super quick, and now there's no animations, there's nothing. This phone is going to fly through everything, and now it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience. Now that you don't have the TouchWiz UI, now you have more of a stock Android feel, as well as a stock Android Nexus type of performance as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you thought this video helped you out, go ahead and drop a like down below, as well as subscribing to this channel for more content like this. So see you guys in the
S7